Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever found yourself holding onto a fragile thread of hope, wondering if someone who left might still care? You replay conversations, overanalyze their actions, and search for any sign that they might want you back. It's exhausting, isn't it? This emotional tug-of-war can leave you feeling drained and questioning your worth. But here's the truth. Sometimes the silence speaks louder than their words ever could. When someone doesn't want you back, it's not just about their actions. It's about what they choose not to do. The unanswered calls, the lack of effort, the absence of apology, each one tells a story. And it's a story you need to hear, no matter how hard it is to accept. Clarity is painful, but it's also freeing. By recognizing the signs that someone doesn't want you back, you're not losing hope. You're reclaiming your power. You're stepping away from the illusion and toward a reality where your time and love are valued. It's not about bitterness or resentment. It's about protecting your heart and prioritizing your peace. As we dive into these 10 signs, I want you to remember this. Their inability to see your worth says everything about them and nothing about you. You don't need their approval or validation to feel whole. Your value isn't determined by someone else's failure to appreciate you. It's determined by the love and respect you give yourself. This isn't just about understanding their actions. It's about empowering your next steps. You deserve more than mixed signals. You deserve someone who chooses you with clarity and intention, not someone who leaves you second-guessing your worth. So as we go through this together, let's make a promise to ourselves. Let's choose clarity over confusion, truth over illusion, and peace over pain. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I choose clarity over confusion. Let it be a declaration that you're ready to let go of what isn't serving you and open your heart to what truly deserves your love. Now let's get into it, because you deserve the truth, and it's time to claim it. Number 1, they don't apologize for past hurts. When someone truly values a relationship, they'll take responsibility for their actions. A genuine apology isn't just about saying sorry. It's about acknowledging the hurt they caused and showing a willingness to make things right. Without this, the foundation for rebuilding trust and respect remains fractured. If they avoid addressing the pain they caused, it's a clear signal that they're not fully invested in healing the past. Their refusal to apologize might stem from discomfort, denial, or even a lack of maturity. But let's be clear, ignoring the damage doesn't make it disappear. It simply leaves you carrying the weight of unresolved emotions while they move forward without accountability. This avoidance can feel like a slap in the face, especially if you've been holding on to hope for closure. You might find yourself questioning, did they ever care? Am I asking for too much? The answer is no. You're not asking for too much. Accountability is the bare minimum in any relationship that seeks to grow stronger. Without it, you're left with a cycle of hurt, misunderstanding, and mistrust. Here's the hard truth. Sometimes you won't get the apology you deserve. Not because you weren't worthy of it, but because they're not capable of giving it. And that's when you must find closure within yourself. As painful as it may be, accepting their silence and choosing to move forward on your own terms is one of the most empowering decisions you can make. Take this moment to honor your journey. Reflect on the fact that you've endured the pain, learned from it, and grown into someone stronger. Their inability to apologize doesn't define your worth. It only highlights their limitations. Maya Angelou once said, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." If they've shown you that accountability and honesty aren't priorities, believe them and protect your heart. You deserve relationships built on mutual respect, not ones where apologies are absent and the past is ignored. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I deserve accountability and honesty. Let this be your reminder that your healing doesn't depend on their actions. It begins and ends with you. Number 2, they talk about moving on. When someone starts openly discussing their new relationships, their plans to date, or their focus on building a fresh chapter, it's a clear signal they're moving on. It's not necessarily meant to hurt you, even if it feels like a dagger to the heart. Instead, it's often their way of creating boundaries or making it clear where they stand. But let's be honest, hearing about their new chapter can feel like rejection all over again. Your mind might wander to comparisons, to wondering if you weren't enough, or to questioning why things didn't work out. These thoughts are natural, but they don't tell the full story. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Their choice to move forward isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a decision they've made based on their path, their needs, and their circumstances. What you must remember is that their new beginning doesn't erase the value of what you brought to the relationship. It doesn't diminish your kindness, love, or effort. This moment is an invitation for you to redirect your energy. Instead of dwelling on their journey, focus on your own. What do you want your next chapter to look like? Maybe it's a time to heal, to rediscover your passions, or to strengthen the bond you have with yourself. You're not defined by the end of this relationship. You're defined by the way you rise from it. Let their words serve as a turning point, not a stopping point. When they talk about moving on, it's your chance to do the same, not out of spite, but out of love for yourself. Start seeing the world as full of opportunities for growth, joy, and peace that are waiting just for you. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, this isn't the end. This is the start of something new. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I release the past to embrace my future. Let that be your mantra as you build the life you deserve, one step at a time. Number 3, their actions don't match their words. Words are powerful, but actions are the ultimate truth teller. When someone says they care about you but behaves inconsistently, canceling plans, avoiding deep conversations, or failing to show up when it matters, it's a glaring signal that their words might not hold weight. Think about it. Love, respect, and effort are expressed through what we do, not just what we say. Anyone can promise the world in a fleeting moment of vulnerability, but real commitment is shown in the follow-through. If their actions don't reflect their promises, it creates confusion and emotional exhaustion for you. You deserve clarity, not mixed signals. You shouldn't have to second-guess whether their words are sincere or whether their affection comes with conditions. The painful reality is that inconsistency often points to a lack of genuine investment. Maybe they're unsure about what they want. Maybe they're keeping their options open. Whatever the reason, it's not your responsibility to bridge the gap between their words and actions. Take a moment to reflect. How do their actions make you feel? Do they align with what you need and deserve? A partner who values you will make you feel secure and prioritized, not uncertain or questioning their intentions. Remember, your worth isn't tied to their inconsistency. It's not your job to wait for someone to figure out their feelings or to interpret their mixed signals. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. You deserve someone whose actions speak for themselves, without you having to decipher or doubt their intentions. If you've been caught in the cycle of listening to empty words, let this be your turning point. Start valuing yourself enough to walk away from anything that doesn't bring peace and consistency into your life. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I deserve alignment between words and actions. Let this remind you that true care is consistent, honest, and unwavering. Don't settle for anything less than the harmony of words, backed by meaningful, reliable actions. You're worthy of a love that doesn't just speak, but shows. Number 4, they show no curiosity about your life. A genuine connection thrives on mutual curiosity. It's not just about sharing your own story, it's about someone asking to hear it. When someone truly cares, they're eager to know how you're doing, what you're dreaming of, and how life has been treating you. But when they don't ask, when there's no genuine curiosity about your well-being or your journey, it's a clear sign they're not invested in rebuilding the bond. Think about it. The people who matter most in your life are the ones who take the time to check in, to ask meaningful questions, and to listen, not because they're obligated, but because they care. When someone doesn't bother to ask about your health, your goals, or even how your day went, it creates an unmistakable void. It feels like they're present only on the surface, while their heart and mind remain elsewhere. This lack of curiosity speaks volumes. It's not just about them skipping the small talk. It's about the absence of effort to connect on a deeper level. A person who cares will naturally want to know what's important to you, what challenges you've faced, and how you're growing. When they don't, it's a sign that they're not prioritizing the relationship. And here's where it becomes important to protect your heart. Don't mistake their silence or lack of engagement for a sign that you're unworthy of care. You are. You've always been. The issue isn't with you. It's with their inability or unwillingness to meet you where you deserve to be met. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Instead of focusing on the absence of their curiosity, channel your energy into people who make you feel valued. Surround yourself with those who ask questions, show interest, and support your growth. Now I want you to drop an affirmation in the comments. I value genuine interest. Let this serve as a reminder that your story deserves to be heard by someone who truly cares. Don't settle for half-hearted interactions when you're capable of forming deep, meaningful connections with those who see and celebrate the real you. Number 5, they ignore your messages or calls. Silence can speak louder than words. When someone repeatedly ignores your messages or fails to return your calls, it's more than an oversight, it's a deliberate choice. Whether it's intentional or not, their silence carries a message. They're creating distance, and that distance reflects their priorities. It's natural to want to rationalize this behavior. Maybe they're busy, you tell yourself. Maybe they forgot. But let's be honest. In today's world, where communication is as simple as a tap on a screen, consistent silence isn't an accident, it's a decision. One that says, I'm not prioritizing this connection. And that realization stings. It's hard to accept that someone you care about doesn't feel the same urgency to stay connected. But here's the truth. Their silence is not a reflection of your worth. It's about their capacity, or lack thereof, to engage, to care, or to maintain a relationship. So, what can you do when faced with this cold shoulder? Resist the urge to chase. Repeatedly reaching out when they've already shown they won't respond only deepens the wound. Instead, take a step back. If their silence is a boundary, respect it. Not for them, but for yourself. This isn't about playing games, it's about honoring your self-worth. Mirror their actions. If they've chosen not to prioritize you, it's time to stop prioritizing them. Use this emotional distance to focus on the people and activities that uplift you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Choose thoughts that empower you, not ones that spiral into doubt or despair. And here's the silver lining. Silence creates space for clarity. When you're no longer caught in the cycle of reaching out and being ignored, you can see the situation for what it truly is. You deserve a connection where communication flows freely, where your presence is valued, and where your calls and messages are met with enthusiasm, not avoidance. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I release what isn't meant for me. Let this be a declaration that you're choosing yourself over uncertainty, because at the end of the day, you deserve someone who doesn't hesitate to pick up the phone when it's your name on the screen. Number 6. Their responses are short and indifferent. A conversation is a bridge between two people, built with words and emotions. But when their responses become short, indifferent, or devoid of care, it's as if they've stopped adding bricks to the bridge, leaving you to stand alone on your side. Messages like "okay," "sure," nor "thanks" don't just lack effort, they echo an unspoken truth. Their emotional investment has dwindled. You might replay your words in your mind, wondering if you said something wrong or didn't express yourself well enough. But here's the hard truth. It's not about what you've said, it's about their unwillingness to engage. When someone truly values a connection, even their simplest replies carry warmth, thought, and an open door to deeper communication. Now, imagine sending a heartfelt message like, "I've been thinking about you. How have you been?" only to receive a cold, "fine." That one word can feel like a wall slammed shut in your face. It's frustrating, even painful, to pour your emotions into a conversation only to be met with apathy. But this isn't your cue to try harder. Their indifference is a clear message, even if it's wrapped in silence. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Their lack of effort doesn't define your worth, it defines theirs. If their responses feel like closed doors, don't waste time knocking. Instead, turn away and focus on doors that open to connection, warmth, and respect. Redirect your energy. Invest in conversations with people who light up when they hear from you. Pour your heart into hobbies, dreams, and self-growth, not into a relationship that feels like a one-way street. Your time and emotional energy are precious. Don't squander them on someone who can't even meet you halfway. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I deserve warmth, not indifference. Write it not just as a reminder, but as a promise to yourself to seek out the people and experiences that truly value your presence. Because when you reclaim your energy, you rediscover your own light. Number 7. They avoid meeting in person. When someone avoids meeting you in person, it's more than just physical distance. It's emotional distance manifesting in their actions. They may give excuses like, "I'm busy, maybe next week," or "something came up." Over time, these patterns become impossible to ignore. It's not about scheduling conflicts, it's about their unwillingness to prioritize you. Think about it. When we value someone, we find a way to make time for them. Even amidst the busiest days, genuine connection inspires effort. If they're consistently dodging plans, it's their way of creating space and reinforcing the boundaries they've mentally set. And the more you try to bridge that gap, the more they seem to retreat, as if the mere idea of closeness feels uncomfortable to them. This avoidance can be deeply painful. You might wonder what you've done wrong or how things could have changed so drastically. But here's the truth. It's not always about you. Their actions reflect their feelings and priorities, not your worth. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Instead of fixating on their distance, focus on how you can honor your own value. Rather than chasing someone who clearly doesn't want to meet, ask yourself, why am I investing in someone who won't invest in me? Shift that energy toward relationships where mutual effort exists, where your presence is celebrated, not avoided. You deserve people who don't make excuses, people who light up at the thought of spending time with you. This is your cue to stop seeking validation from someone unwilling to give it, and to start nurturing the connections that feel natural, reciprocal, and fulfilling. If you've been waiting for someone who keeps you at a distance, I encourage you to drop an affirmation in the comments. I deserve people who choose me. Let that be your mantra as you move forward, seeking out the relationships where love and effort flow effortlessly. Number 8, they keep conversations surface level. You've probably had those conversations where the words are there, but the connection is missing. They ask how you're doing, but it feels more like a polite routine than an expression of genuine curiosity. When every conversation stays surface level, like small talk or casual updates, it's a clear sign they're not trying to dig deeper or rebuild what you once had. It's easy to feel frustrated in these moments, wondering why they don't seem interested in anything more than the basics. Why don't they ask how you're really feeling? Why don't they care about the details that matter most to you? The truth is, their lack of emotional investment shows in the way they speak. Their questions are generic, and their responses are lukewarm, if at all. The deeper emotional connection you may have once shared is now buried under layers of superficiality. This pattern of shallow conversation is a reflection of their emotional detachment. They may not even realize it, but their behavior is a form of self-protection. They've created a barrier, and it's more comfortable for them to keep things light and easy. The harder it is for you to break through that barrier, the more you'll feel the distance growing between you. It's painful, especially when you care so much, but here's the thing. You can't force someone to open up. If they're not ready or willing to engage on a deeper level, no amount of pushing will make them. Instead of staying stuck in this shallow loop, recognize that this is their boundary. It's not your fault, and it doesn't diminish your worth. Instead of draining your energy, trying to get them to go deeper, focus on yourself. Surround yourself with people who are eager to connect with you at a real, meaningful level. You deserve conversations that challenge you, uplift you, and make you feel seen and heard. Number 9, they set clear boundaries. When someone sets a clear boundary, such as telling you they need space or don't want to revisit the past, it can sting. The instinct to fight against it, to try to change their mind, is strong. But here's the truth. When they share their limits with you, it's not a rejection of you. It's a reflection of their emotional needs. Boundaries are often a form of self-protection, a way for them to safeguard their peace and navigate their own healing. It's easy to take this personally, to feel as if you've been shut out. But in reality, setting boundaries shows emotional maturity. It means they recognize their limits, and while it might feel uncomfortable for you, respecting those boundaries is one of the most empowering things you can do, for both them and yourself. This moment isn't about proving your worth or convincing them to change their mind. It's about recognizing that their boundaries reflect their priorities right now. And that's okay. They are on their own journey, just as you are. And while this may not be the path you hoped for, it's an opportunity to focus on your own. Respecting their boundaries doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing to honor yourself as well. You deserve to be in relationships where your emotional well-being is just as important as theirs. So, instead of fighting to change the situation, lean into growth. Take this moment as an invitation to focus on your own path, your own healing, and your own future. Number 10. They seem happier without you. It's one of the hardest truths to face, when someone seems to be thriving without you. You might see them living their best life, posting about new experiences, or smiling in ways that once felt exclusive to your connection. It stings, doesn't it? The person you once thought you'd share everything with seems to have found happiness without you in the picture. But here's the thing, their happiness isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a sign that they've chosen a new path, one that no longer includes you in the way it once did. And while that can feel like a painful loss, it also marks a moment of liberation for you. Their growth without you is not a rejection of who you are. It's simply an indication that they've found peace in their own journey. It might hurt now, but this realization can free you from the illusion that your happiness depends on their presence. The truth is, you have the power to create your own happiness, independent of anyone else's path. This is your opportunity to shift your focus. Instead of comparing your progress to theirs, embrace your own. Celebrate your growth, the lessons you've learned, and the strength you've found. It's time to pour your energy into your own future, your own dreams, and your own peace of mind. It's not easy to see someone move on, but it's a reminder that life goes on, with or without us. And you are just as capable of finding peace and joy without them as they are without you. Friends, clarity is a gift, even when it comes with pain. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean you've lost. It means you're free to focus on what truly matters, your own happiness and growth. What's one lesson you've learned about letting go? Share it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. You've got this.